my dear friend, where have you been? Where have you gone? What did you win? Someone there, are you listening?
This month, we sit down with some influential mamas to discuss all things motherhood. We'd love for you to share the content, subscribe to our channel to help our community grow, and give us a like if you're enjoying it. Steph is coming down. Have we even said who we're meeting with?
Nope, we haven't talked about it yet.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the series. Today we're sitting down with Steph. We're going to do an intro anyway, so I'm not going to go into it, but we're in a beautiful hotel in Sydney, the Hyatt Regency, waiting for the beautiful Steph Pase to come down. Yay. We've never met, but I speak a lot to her on Instagram, so I'm nervous. I have no makeup on.
Yeah, I tried to do a little bit of makeup in the Uber, but
technically we both have no makeup on.
We have no makeup.
So we're just waiting.
Here we go.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun day.
It's going to be a great day. So I didn't have time to put the ribbon on because I was like flying out the door. So I was like, oh well, t-shirt and candle.
That's
just wrapped
so
up
nice.
in a gross box.
It's nice.
No, it's not. It's gross.
It's not. It's like that
And
rustic.
she's like a beautiful, yeah, well I had cute linen. I should have just brought it in the car and we could have done that. But anyway, Blake was screaming at me.
Hi, look at you. Look
Elise.
so
Oh my god, shivers. Elise is
Nice
Steph.
to meet you.
I've got heaps of makeup. I'm going to wear these songs.
We have
You
to
should.
fall.
You should wear them.
This is the beat of broken hearts. Is it all lost? We can't go on again.
Alrighty, so we're here with the beautiful Steph. We've actually got her girlfriends. We need to put the camera on them. Getting ready. This is the real behind the scenes of
Getting ready.
Yeah, like everyone thinks like events are so glamorous.
No, it's just so much running around. And
It's
then
so
if you've
much
got
running
kids,
around.
then
I
you have
know.
to like get them sorted.
Probably good you got away yesterday.
Yeah.
Because even this morning, like getting ready with not that I need to get ready because you're on stage today, I'm
Yeah.
not. But even having the kids, it's just full on.
It is. And it's like a whole like backstage production just to get out of the house. You got to write the list down.
Yeah.
Ryan is really good though, like to give him a lot of credit. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's very like
He's a very present dad, isn't he?
He is very
We're going to
present.
get into Ryan because I
Yeah.
feel like he's a little bit like, people don't know a whole lot about him.
He can
and
be
you
a bit shy,
guys.
but he's coming out of his shell like on camera now.
You've been together forever, right?
Yeah, 12 years this year. Yeah.
Years. Okay, I'm not going to get into Ryan, but we are getting into that after. We're going to start with the event today, which is the You event by Mel Watts.
Yes, very exciting.
You're up on stage.
I know.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Like, I'm really nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said you were shaking. You were
Yeah.
like, I'll probably be shaking.
yeah.
shitting
But
my
I think
pants.
because, I'll shit my pants 100%.
I love that.
100, you'll see, I'll be like having a
Hopefully
wine.
we don't see.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
not
okay.
literally. But yeah, I think because I've done I think this is my third one now.
Yeah, 'cause you're
no,
on
fourth
TV.
one. Yeah, but that's like, that was scary. It's all scary.
But
It's just
look
all
at you
scary.
go. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone because I know
absolutely.
you struggle with anxiety.
Yeah.
And you've documented that on your blog. We're going to link it all down below. Maybe link some blogs to your anxiety
absolutely,
stuff. But you've put yourself out there and you're saying yes to things when
Yeah.
you might have said no back in the day.
Absolutely. So I said to myself this year, I'm going to say yes to things that scare me, but for the right reasons.
Yep.
Before I would absolutely say no, especially like stemming from my anxiety. I feel like I was speaking to my girlfriend Ash about this yesterday, that when you become a mum, you got to get up. You've just got to get moving. But you know, before kids, if you have anxiety, you kind of just stay in bed and
yeah.
you don't have to like force yourself to like
Yeah.
deal with the world.
You have to get up.
Yeah.
And your tips as well, like, so there will be mums and women watching this. I love on your Instagram, I feel like I know you through the Instagram, is you talk about your tips and tricks to just make the day a bit better as a
Yeah.
mum who might be going through postpartum or who might just be struggling with anxiety in general. What are your tips?
Absolutely. So I think for me, because I had postnatal depression with both my girls, and even like on just a hard day, just any day, I feel like I have to do these certain things. So number one would be absolutely opening up all the blinds in your house. Even though you're like, oh, I'm tired, I don't want to do that. You open up everything.
Get the sunlight
it's
in.
insane how much of a difference it makes.
Yeah.
I always have to make my bed, always.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if I
My
went to a
husband would love you.
even when I go to a hotel, I went with my friend once and she's like, did they come make your bed? I go, no, I didn't.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
Yeah.
It's like embedded in you, no matter what.
So make your bed because it sets the tone for the rest of the day. It means you're going to be productive that day.
Yeah.
Play music. So it's funny because even Harper knows like Jesse's Girl and all my favourite songs.
Oh my
and
God,
the girls
I wish
love that
that I
too.
was Jessie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And they all dance in the morning and it just makes everything heaps better. Like obviously I can do these things on certain days and I still can be in a bit of like a slump, but it just really perks you up a bit.
And did you discover that yourself, or was that something that you've been taught or told?
No, I think I figured it out when I had postnatal depression. I think I might have maybe read it somewhere, or I don't know. I think I'd ring the Panda hotline. That was my thing to get me through the day, and they would be like, let's do this, do that. And I think it just
really
kind of
struggled.
Yeah, hardcore. Like, I was completely depressed.
One worse than the other, or both girls?
I think Willow's was worse.
Yeah,
I think
you had all the traumatic.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
your birth
yeah,
experience? So you had a hemorrhage?
Well, I actually had placenta abruption.
Okay, so a girlfriend of mine, one of her best friends, just lost her baby at 36 weeks from a placental abruption, because it's full on.
Yeah, it's like that's their life source. Like, and once that's gone,
and did
that's
you know?
it. I didn't know. I think because what happened was.
Talk us through the day.
So basically, it was like a normal day. I dropped Harper at daycare. She was at daycare that day, and I think I was just hit 36 weeks.
Yeah.
So I dropped her off at daycare, and I was more emotional than normal. I was crying. I actually remember I was on my Snapchat, and I was saying like,
You're in Kmart, I feel.
Yeah, I was in Kmart.
I feel like I saw the Snapchat, and then you went silent for ages.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, what's happened? So yeah, I remember crying because I felt the guilt of having another baby, not having all my time for Harper. Anyway, that day I was Stephing my pantry.
Stephing. We're getting into the Stephing in a sec as well. There's so many things.
Yeah, so I was doing that, and because that started like way before, like, because we used to live in a small house. Anyway, so I was like, I need to get containers today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Kmart and get containers. So I was in
Standard
Kmart.
Steph day.
Yeah, basically. And I was in Kmart. Ryan came too, thank goodness, because he finished work. We're like, okay, we'll go up there, we'll take Harper, get some containers and have dinner. So we had dinner, and I was having like contractions, but because with Harper, my first daughter, I was induced, so I don't know what actual contractions.
Right, it could be
feel
Braxton Hicks. Yeah, I feel like even like with my second, I didn't know I was in labour. I'm like, I'm having a bit of pain.
So I was like, I thought I had to be induced again. I was like, no way am I going to go natural.
36 weeks, you think you've got a while. A couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. And it kept going. Everyone's like, I think we should go home. And I was like, no. Lucky I ate a big meal because I didn't eat for a few days after that. So I had a big bowl of pasta. We went to Kmart and I got all these containers. And then in Kmart, I felt my waters break and I got so excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go natural. I went like this and it was just blood. Just everywhere. And I thought...
you thought you lost the baby?
Yeah, I thought she was gone. And...
Oh, Mum. Don't cry. We're going to get her on stage. That's the one thing we said. Don't cry.
It was like, it felt like it was a nightmare. Like, I was like, this can't be real, you know? Anyway, so we should have got an ambulance, but you know, when you're in panic.
You're in the heat of the moment. And you also had your baby with you.
I had a toddler. She was like 20 months old. So we ran to the car and poor Harper's crying because she didn't know what was going on.
Throwing you in the car seat.
Yeah, and then I had to get the gym towel and it's just blood. And I remember in the car, I rang my obstetrician's office and I was like, I just wanted someone to tell me that was normal. And they're like, no, it's not normal. And that's when I was like, and my stomach started going down. And that was the worst because I was like, she needs that.
Was she moving?
No, it was just blood. There was just blood everywhere. It was,
oh my God.
It was insane. And then we got to the hospital. I had to and I always imagined the moment I'd say goodbye to Harper to bring her little sister home would be like this really, and I had to literally throw her to my mum.
Me crying because I know what it's like when you're going from, like, you know, having another baby, you've got the guilt of the toddler that you have. You think you're losing the baby. They're not going to have the same meat. Like, is she going to survive? Like, running through your head.
I'm like, what if something happened to me? Like, that's the last time I'd see Harper.
Yeah.
Like, and so I had to give it to Mum. And,
oh, God.
And then we went in, and then what happened?
Oh, my God. We said we wouldn't cry, and we're both getting upset.
Oh, I shouldn't have done my makeup first.
No. Oh, my God.
And then we went in, and so they checked the baby, and she was okay. So I was like, oh, my God, thank God.
Was Ryan just your rock in that moment? Was he amazing?
He was. And I just kept looking. I'm always very clingy to Ryan just after I have a baby too when I'm going through postnatal depression because he's just that stability. He's everything. And I was like, is everything going to be okay? He's like, it's okay. And I could tell he was shitting himself, but he has to obviously be there for me. Anyway, and then because they checked her and they said, you know, she's all right. I kept losing blood and I was losing blood clots like the size of steaks.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they were insane. And I was like, this isn't right.
Was everyone moving quickly or was it, you don't know, you can't remember? Like, do you remember?
I just remember I kept trying to focus on trying to I know it sounds weird, but I was trying to keep
hold it in.
Everything in.
Yeah, tightening those muscles.
Yeah,
down.
and then they said, look, she's stable. Let's just see if you go into labour naturally because she's not just in distress. We'll keep an eye on the blood loss and all that stuff. So they actually made me go through maybe another 6 hours.
So you stayed on the monitor?
Yeah, I was just in bed and I was just praying like, I don't really consider myself a religious person, but that day I was very...
In that moment, you
Absolutely.
find faith, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We touched on this a little bit with Crystal last week, so she's quite religious. And Elise, who's behind the camera, is a big... They've found their faith in times that were tough. And it's funny,
absolutely.
sometimes you... Even like, I'm not religious.
And then
to
you
be honest,
realise
and
that you are.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like you're praying, whatever's up there, just
Yeah.
help me or
Yeah.
keep this baby alive. Like,
Yeah. And
anyway,
then,
keep going. So you're at the point where you're on the monitors.
Yeah, so then
6
I think it was
hours.
like 4 a.m. the next morning. Because by the
Still
time
bleeding?
because I was in bed, but every time I'd move it, blood would come out basically. So the fact that I knew I could see her heart rate, I was like, okay, I felt connected to her in a way. And then she started to distress.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And then when they said C-section, I was like, thank God.
Just get her out.
I was like, it's funny because
Bring me my baby.
when you're like are pregnant or whatever and you've never had a C-section, you're like, oh, I don't want a C-section.
That was me.
But you like cut her out, get her out.
Yeah.
I don't care what you have to do to me. Like just get her out and get her to me, like in my arms.
You were full mum hat on.
Yeah,
like, you were
absolutely.
just.
You're like, I
wanted
don't
your
care
baby.
what happens. Yeah.
And
So
then once you came out.
So yeah. So then in the surgery, like we got in there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why, but the epidural or whatever they used, like I don't know if it was, they said my metabolism was kind of using it too fast. So I felt the first cut, and I knew we had to get her out. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to feel everything. Like I thought I was going to feel like everything.
Oh my! Could you move your legs and stuff?
No, I couldn't, but I felt the cut. Like
Oh.
it's funny because it's like now I can't remember what it felt like. Thank God.
Yeah, but still, so you felt her getting being
Only the
sliced.
first cut. Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's full on.
And apparently it's a lot, like my girlfriend's had it's pressure, isn't it? Like you feel them like...
I felt like, in my blog I wrote, I said I felt like I was being hacked open like a carcass. I know it's really graphic, but that's how you feel.
Like,
And silly me looked up into like the reflection and I could just see,
Was Ryan looking?
I had his head, his cheeks had to be touching mine. I was
needed
like,
him.
Yeah, and I had the gas just because my anxiety. Like I was like, something's going to happen. Anyway, they got her out. She was 2.4 kilos and... She's
2.4, she's so big now.
Yeah, I know. She's a little like sumo
Yeah,
wrestler.
she's
So
a
she
good
was so
sized
little
kid.
and she didn't need anything. But so they obviously took her out and then I was just waiting for that cry. It felt like hours passed, like just waiting. And then I heard her cry and
Best moment.
Ryan got to go like and cut the cord. So I was so glad that they got to have that moment.
Yeah.
And as much as it does break my heart, but I'm like, he's such a good dad, and it's like he deserves like
Oh
that
my gosh,
so much.
100%.
Yeah.
And we get to carry them. We have we're so blessed to be able to carry our babies for however long we carry them.
So that was like his.
That was his moment, and he was her rock and
yeah,
your rock.
Absolutely, yeah.
it's
And then
amazing.
there was a moment though we heard them say something like, she's losing too much, and then I started feeling really weird.
Yeah. Oh, you.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's when I started losing too much blood.
So you're hemorrhaging.
Yeah. And that's when Ryan and I we said goodbye to each other because we thought we didn't know if I was good at like get through.
Oh God. Jesus Christ.
And I just remember like thinking like it's scary because I just remember kind of like accepting it and just saying look after the girls for me. And it just that moment was like the worst moment of my life.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
With a doctor.
and he was Ryan was crying and they were just kind of rushing around and then I don't remember how long passed, like I don't really remember, but I had some transfusions and then they said
Were you conscious?
Yeah, I think I can't.
We've got your girlfriends crying. We're all crying. Oh my goodness. Elise is crying.
I can't really remember how long it took, but all I remember is they said something about she's stable, and then Ryan like grabbed my head, like trying to hug my head.
Saying thank fuck.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
like that moment I was like, I'm never going to like take my life for granted ever again. And ever since then I feel like that's maybe why I've kept taking more chances, like because I'm like I've got one life, like and that's what I'm so strong and passionate about with making mums, like stop being so hard on yourself. Like honestly,
just enjoy your life.
Yeah, like,
and it sucks that it is moments
that,
that sometimes again, I keep talking about Elise, you're always behind the camera and you'd be sitting here. Losing her dad's given her a different perspective on life. Like it's funny how sometimes the scariest of moments bring out the best in you.
Yeah.
And it probably made you and Ryan, your love that much deeper.
Like you just appreciate each other so much more, and it's like you just, I can't explain, like you just don't want to let go of them. But yeah, So then Ryan went with Willow, and they're like, is it okay if we give her form? I'm like, you just give her whatever you need
Keep
to
her
get my
alive.
baby okay.
Yeah,
like, I
keep her
actually
good.
don't care. Like,
Yeah.
if you need to give her chocolate, that's fine.
And this is the perfect example of who cares how your baby's fed. Like, people stress so much. Like, end of the day, healthy baby, healthy mum, all you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
All you want.
And it's kind of, as you said, it's sad we have to go through such a hard experience to like be like, as long as they're happy, that's
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
No.
Like, as long as everyone's happy.
And you
like,
probably never expected this to happen because your birth with Harper was so you were induced.
yeah,
It was very
like it was sucked, but it was also like
Yeah.
very smooth sailing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then they took her off, and I went to recovery for I don't know how long, a few hours or something.
And how long until you got to hold your baby?
I actually don't know.
No.
It was a few hours, I think. I actually never asked that question.
Did you feel you've never asked it? Yeah, it wasn't on the
I
sheet.
don't
You're like, I wasn't
remember.
prepared.
No, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Because I was so out of it.
Let's take it back to Ryan. We've just got really emotional and deep and skipped all the questions, but I love this. This is how, you know, I hate to say interviews, but the chats that I'm having with all these women, we never stick to it. We just chat, and
That's
I love
good
that.
though. I love it. Like when it's just authentic and
I think it's
raw.
just, you know, we've all got a story to share, and that is a massive part of what's made you who you are now and brought you to where you are, your relationship with your girls and your husband. But being on social media, how does he feel about it? Because my husband's weird.
Yeah,
he
is
won't,
he
like,
funny?
I'm not even on social media.
Yeah.
I, like, compared to you, like, I'm a tiny speck. But even just me getting on the Instagram story, he's like,
It gets a bit
oh, don't
awkward.
film me.
Yeah.
Like,
Ryan was the same. It's funny though, because Ryan was the one who's like, you should start your blog. 'Cause
he's
I
your
talk-
biggest cheerleader, though, isn't he?
He is. He's like my little manager. He's like, don't do that, don't do this.
But yet you
this,
do all his
that.
desk organizing.
Yeah.
You're like each other's perfect partner, right?
Yeah, yeah. So no, he actually was like, because obviously I was going through depression and stuff. That was after Harper, and I had I didn't meet these ladies before. Like I didn't meet my mum friends, and I just
You didn't have your tribe.
yeah. And sorry, I just touched the
No.
I was like just playing with it.
I love this about you.
like, oh,
You're about
shit.
to be up in stage with like 300 women, and you're gonna be like fiddling with your mic. No, I love it.
Yeah, I was just lonely. I was so lonely. And I did journalism at uni, so I love writing. It's always been like my outlet. I was like, just do your blog, just do it. And I was like, no, everyone will think I'm weird. Everyone will think I'm like, it's like I love myself or something. Like, you know, people have that, they think that.
I felt
And
exactly
it's like
same way.
so not thing. It's just my outlet. And I just connected with so many mums. And yeah, Ryan, at the start, he was a bit like camera shy. And I think only the last year, I don't know if you've noticed, he's coming out of his shell.
Yeah, I've noticed. And he's just comfortable, like you just film him like eating, and he just
because
laughs.
he knows, like, if he's not happy with the content I get of him, I won't post that. Like, I'm not going to be an asshole and post stuff he doesn't want on there.
No, and I think he's like doing funny things. Like, you guys are starting to show more of your relationship. Like that thing that's pretty much gone viral. Elise actually did it to her husband and her kids with the toilet rolls. You made like a little, what would you even call it? A little face?
Like, he calls it like a frog face.
A frog. There you go. It's a frog. And
So I walked in, I was like,
but you guys clearly have a lot of banter and a funny side to you that you're starting to
That's
show
why I
more.
love him. And like when I met him, my anxiety was really like it's still like it's always there, but it was at a really heightened stage because I didn't know how to deal with it.
Doesn't it?
Especially growing up, like I just didn't know what to do with all that anxious energy. I didn't know how to get rid of it. And because he's so, you guys would see on there, but he's very laid back, very grounding, very chilled.
Yeah.
And he just leveled me out.
Yeah.
So
But
I
you
didn't
brought,
need him.
I think as well with he needs you. Like
Yeah.
you're yin and
I hope
yang
so.
from what I can see. He does. Like you just, even in that moment, like you can tell even through social media how much you guys love each other.
Yeah.
How different you are, but how perfect you are.
Yeah,
So I think
like
it's
we
pretty
just
cool.
like yin
Yin and yang. Yeah,
that
you
makes
balance
sense.
each other out. And it's
Yeah.
funny, like I've always felt that. Like I said, we've never met before. First time we're meeting, but
But it feels like
I feel like I know you, which is so, like, that's
It's
the
so
scary
good.
thing of social media, but it's the powerful
You're like, oh,
thing
yeah.
of social media
Yeah.
as well. And you're beautiful girls. So you've got Harper, who's 3, and Willow, who's 1,
Yeah, she's 18 months now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, 18. You were quick. What was your turnaround? Because I remember I was trying when you
Turnaround.
fell pregnant. What was your turnaround time? How quick until?
Let's go.
Because I remember I was trying. I fell pregnant just, I think, around the same time you did with Willow, and I ended up losing the baby.
Yeah.
But, and I remember watching your pregnancy, but it's
that would've
funny.
been hard.
It's hard, but then what you went through was so much. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's got their
hard.
shit, right?
Everyone has
and
their
it's,
hard, yeah.
It's just picking up the pieces and just moving
Yeah.
along.
And you learn so much and
your
appreciate
girls,
so much more from it.
100%. And you, how old was Harper?
They're exactly 20 months to the day. They're both born on the 7th.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Blake's on the 7th of August.
It's crazy.
And this Heidi's the 6th of Feb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
So
that's
exactly
pretty
20
cool.
months to the day, yeah.
Was it hard work having a
It
a
was-
toddler?
I think for me, my biggest battle was the depression.
Yeah.
It was hard, but I think I was my my battle in my head was the hardest.
When did the anxiety start? Did it stem from your teenage years? Is that when it all...
Ever since I can remember. My when my mum said when I was in kindergarten, I used to freak out about going to year 6. I'd have anxieties about the future, like constantly worrying. And Mum's like, you're like 5.
Yeah.
And I'm worrying. I'm like, I don't want to grow up. I used to cry on my birthdays because I didn't want to grow up.
Wow.
I know. And I'm like, I think I was onto something because growing up you have a lot of stuff to do.
Adulting is fucking rough some days.
It is.
But it's funny, like, I bring it back to, like, my sister, but she struggles with mental health. She's got bipolar, anxiety, everything that. But she's amazing. But it's funny, you talking about the natural light and, like, setting the tone for the day is every single psychiatrist. She has a panel of psychiatrists, best in Australia, working with her. And it's the same. Like, if she can't actually physically get up out of bed to open her blinds, she has to put this blue light on her eyes, which will stimulate. So it's funny the things you're saying, like, you figured them out yourself.
Yeah.
But it's actually
amazing.
scientifically proven,
So
which is pretty cool for what you're saying. So
I'm a scientist.
you are. You technically are. We can add that to the introduction.
Let's put it in my bio, scientist.
100%. Oh my gosh, look, I have to keep looking down because I feel like I haven't even, like... Oh, here we go. Stephing.
Okay.
So that is everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. Social media, Stephing is everywhere. Like, people who, in my own life, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're doing Stephing. They've been calling you the Marie Kondo of Australia.
Yeah.
Like the Aussie bogan Marie Kondo. So how do you feel
Clean your
about
shit up,
that? And what
people.
is Stephing? So the people that are out there on YouTube, they're going to come and follow you. We'll link it all down below. But what is Stephing? How did it come about?
It's actually funny because a follower came up with it and I thought it was a joke. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. They're like, I'm Stephing. Like, I didn't come up with it like they did. And then they all started saying it. And I was
Love
like,
it.
let's roll with it. And
We
then,
need to, like, copyright the Stephing.
Yeah, I do, I think. I do.
100%.
But yeah, just it means to, like, organise and just, like, I don't know, try to get your shit together as much as you can.
So we need to, like, we'll overlay some Instagram stuff here, but she is very organised. We haven't even touched on that. So Stephing is all around, like, the organisation of every element of your house. Like, I feel like your pantry, your bathroom, like, you give really simple tips. A lot of Kmart and tubs.
Yeah, a lot of tubs. Yeah.
A lot of tubs, a lot of labels, just to, like, make everything organised.
Yeah, and it's like, I feel like at face value, people will be like, oh, you know, she's OCD, she's this. But the thing is, what I'm trying to achieve, and my whole house isn't even Steph yet, and I'm Steph. Like, you know, it takes time.
And I'm the Stephing Steph.
Like, my office is a bomb, my garage is a bomb, but that's okay, it's all progress. Like, and it's not about being perfect, and I definitely don't want to portray an image of everything's perfect. It's just about, you know, if you have a little bit of time in the day, if you can declutter. When you declutter, like, you feel like a massive weight has been lifted. Like,
and do you think it's helped with your anxiety? Do you think it helps keep it at bay?
So much. That and, like, exercise is 100%. And that's something I wish I knew back when I was a teenager, because I was a very messy teenager, very unhealthy teenager. Yeah. And it made everything so much worse. Like,
Speaking of unhealthy, I think I remember reading unhealthy eating habits and, like, alcohol habits.
Yes.
Talk us through that, because they were in your early 20s.
Yeah, so actually, it started, no offense to Ryan, but it started when I met Ryan.
The man diet that we all start to take on when we date someone.
Yeah, because all, like, my friends weren't big drinkers, like, and I was only 17, like, you know, you're not really supposed to drink at 17, so I wasn't really...
I wasn't 17. Everyone a little bit.
Yeah.
18.
But I didn't really, you know, and my parents never really had alcohol in the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, like, our friends... We'd go to parties, like, you know, the binge drinking culture. It's massive in Australia.
It's
and
everywhere.
Unfortunately, we kind of think it's normal here.
Yeah.
And we don't realise how much it's affecting our mental health.
But it's so, like, in Japan, they have alcohol in vending machines and their children and teenagers don't touch it. But here, if that was there, it would be gone in 2 minutes.
Because we, like, and, like, in cultures like Italy or something, I don't know who told me this, but they're like, they will take, like, they know alcohol's like, it's like, they take it for the taste. Like, they appreciate the taste, where we just want to get drunk in Australia.
Yeah, we drink it to
get drunk.
Have a good time, get drunk. Get wasted.
So I started, like, binge drinking every weekend, like, literally every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. Like, it was really bad.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I became a mum, and the alcohol element's gone. Like, well, I didn't realise I actually had, like, social anxiety, and I was just drinking to mask it so I could talk to people.
Yeah.
And it took me years. Like, I didn't know who I was. I would literally stay home. I met my gorgeous girlfriends, and they're very social, and I'd be like, oh no, I'll stay home. Like, and it took me ages to
and
get there.
Look at you now, up on stage.
Yeah, like, it blows my mind. Even Ryan's like, you've come so far, because
you have.
I was such a hermit.
Yeah. And you need to make sure you take time in your life, your day, whatever, to sit back and think about all the things you've been through and where you are now. Like, that's a massive accomplishment. And there's people that will be watching this that will be thinking, I've got anxiety. I can't even talk to the people that are meant to be my friends in my life. I don't leave my house. I don't want to go to work, or if I do go to work, I don't talk to anyone. and look, you're showing them, you know, you
Yeah.
can do it. And it might
Yeah.
be the simplest things, like you said, making your bed, natural
Yeah,
light,
just
playing some
talking to
music.
people, like,
Opening up. Like, even
Yeah.
if you like to write, start something.
Just do what you enjoy.
Yeah.
And like,
Find
I think, and be aware of your bad habits.
Yeah.
So like, even after, like I did a post on Instagram not too long ago about like drinking too much as a
read
mother.
that. Yeah.
Like 1 or 2 glasses at dinner became like a bottle, and like that's still something I need to be aware of
Yeah.
because I have a more of addictive personality. So like
Whatever you're into at that moment.
yeah. So I've got to really keep track of myself. But I feel like now as I'm, you know, getting older and the experiences I've been through, I'm just learning to just like calm
go of
down
it.
and just
Enjoy your life.
Yeah.
And maybe it was the traumatic experience you went through, because
Yeah.
I've even noticed with your exercise, like you're very good at saying, oh, I didn't go to the gym today, go tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like
whereas before,
you
like,
used to stress.
I used to be like obsessed and go like 6 times a week, and
Yeah.
I'd freak out. Like, and now I'm like, oh, like it's to make me feel good. You
Yeah.
know, if I feel right today and I'm too busy, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that, because you
Yeah.
just keep it real, and it doesn't, following you, I'm going to take back for a sec actually, with social media, I think it's so important to follow people that make you feel
Yes,
positive
yeah.
and relatable. Like, you share the good and the bad, and it doesn't ever make me go, shit, my life is so bad compared to you, and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It makes me go, yes, like
Yeah.
you're amazing. And
Like,
I think
I'm
you're a very
normal.
positive very
Thank you.
positive vibe around everything.
Thank you.
Speaking of influencer, I don't know how you feel about that word. So
Ugh.
many influencers hate that word.
Yeah, it's
So
just such a weird word.
It's such a weird word.
Yeah, it's like,
How do you feel being called an influencer?
I don't know. Actually, I don't really like. I guess I know that's kind of what I do, but I also don't really.
I feel like you don't consider
myself as
yeah.
one. Like, I'm just Steph,
Yeah.
and I just like film stuff.
You're just
and
a
write
normal
stuff.
chick. Like, coming in
Literally.
here, you're like, makeup's everywhere, my
was like,
girlfriend's are
sorry.
here. I know.
Yeah.
The organizational, we need
Yeah.
to show the room. Like,
Yeah, it's
she's
just a
still
bomb.
normal.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm 100% like, yeah, and my car's a bomb, and I've said that before. Like, my car will never be like completely organized. I'm just like, you've got kids, shit happens. It's
crap's
all good.
everywhere. Yeah. And sometimes as well, like, I loved when you did this thing on Instagram. It was like, this is what I'm showing you guys, but if I go to the floor, like,
Yeah.
this is all the shit that's everywhere from
Instagram
my
versus
children.
reality.
I know.
Yeah.
And you're beautiful girls. Like, they're just, even with the walking thing, I remember you used to get comments saying, why are they not working yet? And you're like,
So
kids just walk at different times.
Yeah.
With my son,
Yeah, it took me a while to learn that.
is so young and walking, and people are like, oh, is it bad for his joints? I'm like,
Oh.
I don't know, but he's doing it. What am
Everyone
I
needs
supposed
to
to
just
do?
chill, yeah.
Chill
I think we all just
out.
overthink things, and there's so
Yeah.
much like available to us on social media and the internet and like Google. So we all read. It's like, you know, when you're sick and you Google, you're like, I'm gonna die.
I've got
I'm gonna
something wrong
die.
there. Yeah.
It's the same thing. We just all need to like, if it feels right to you as the mother, then it's right.
Then it's right.
Yeah.
And I
absolutely.
love that. That's something really cool about you. To end it today, what's something we don't know about you? Because I thought you put so much out there.
I don't know. Like, I feel like
Do you have
I
any weird habits? Any quirky, strange things? You're like,
I don't know. It's not really fun, but I have this thing like with. I've always been really funny with like door locks. Like, I check the doors being locked like 4 or 5
superstitious.
times.
My husband does that. He checks our windows.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
And what else? What's a weird thing that people don't
Girls,
know?
yeah, come on, girlfriends.
And
Oh,
onion, but
yeah.
you eat bruschetta.
What? You hate tomato?
Yeah, I don't like tomato and I don't like onion, but I like bruschetta.
But she'll eat
It's
bruschetta
made out of...
I know! I don't know!
Okay, that is something weird. We need to
Thank
bring
you.
everyone's girlfriends
I was
into
like,
the
that's so
filming.
strange. I've never
She's
really-
standing there like, can I pipe up? Can I pipe up?
I'm like, that tomato and onion thing is just like...
See, I don't, yeah, no, and Ryan's the same.
Really?
He doesn't like tomato and onion, but he likes bruschetta, so that's why we're together.
Oh my gosh, that's
Why? I
that's
was like,
actually
you're my
strange.
type of man.
That's actually
Because
strange.
that's like the jelly stuff inside. I'm like,
Oh, no, but it's still in the on the bruschetta. It's somewhere in the
I
bruschetta.
know, but it just,
It's like the juices.
like, I can't have it. Nah.
No.
Makes sense in my head.
That's hilarious. We're going to end it here. We've actually got to get off to the event. We're going to get this girl on stage. But thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, thanks for having me.
All of these years, I've been listening. All your words
Like
so
we said in the introduction, and I hate saying this, but if you could please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you like what you see, to help this community grow so we can reach more mamas. We'll see you next Sunday at 7 p.m. See you later, mamas.